Hello and welcome back to Career Mode, episode number 36. We are here for the round of 16 in the Champions League right now. Very intense scenes to say the least as we go up against Inter Milan at the San Siro, an away game in the first leg. That is what's going to make it a bit difficult. You know, we've played away to some teams before, but I don't think any to the extent of what Inter is, you know, within Italy's being such a big club. Maybe not a successful club as what they used to be, but a club still nonetheless. You can see by the crowd here today that we are in quite hostile territory. Nevertheless, here's our team to go up against them. Probably one of the most stronger teams we could pick out. And, well, it didn't take long to get on the attacking side of things. You can see that shot there by Coman, I believe, hit the post instead of being saved, so that was a flying start there. Lanzini later on to the game made a good run here, managed to somehow get past the defender with a really easy turn in and hits it with a really well-placed shot into the top left corner there. 1-0 just before, well, kind of 10 minutes before the first half. The key thing to look at it this way is that this is an away goal, and away goals are what we need if we want to go through. I mean, when it comes to Craven Cottage, there's a high chance that we are not going to be able to beat them at our home ground. So any away goals that we can take will, of course, pay off better in the future because, well, away goals mean a lot. Anyway, this is the most shocking goal of the episode. Here comes Gunter. Yep, there you go. The centre-back gets a headed effort in. I will show on the replay now, but it's actually a really solid shot as well. So, you know, new striker found. Crossed in here by Lanzini. Header at goal. Good save, but he's right there to get it on the rebound. And look at that. Just such a well-placed shot. Unlike Inter, who, well, this is their best shot of the game coming from Lukaku, who just knocks it over the bar. Very disappointing performance by Inter in this game. I expected much more out of them, but apparently that wasn't happening. And then we get Wu here, who's been on the pitch for about like 2 minutes of in-game time, runs around everyone and just knocks it in the back of the net. He dinks it in the back of the net, and it's 3-0. 76 minutes played with 3-0 up. This is something that should not be happening. We should not even, I don't even think we should be beating Inter, let alone demolishing them 3-0 in their home stadium. But that was how the game ended, and that was shocking to say the least. 3-0, like, I don't even know how that was possible, but we pulled it off, so I'm going to take that. And heading into the second leg, which will be later on in the episode, gave us a massive boost to definitely get a place within the quarterfinals. Nevertheless, we're going to move on here. Game against Bournemouth. I decided to sim this one because it was a home game, and Bournemouth are quite a bit down the table. So as you can see, simming it here, things are looking good right now. 1-0 thanks to Werner. The team is a little bit weaker, as you can see. Of course, we want to recover after the Inter game and get ready for our next game, which is West Ham. Kind of weird that we've had a bit more easy games in these last two episodes now. And, you know, the tougher games, I think, will start to come. I think at the start of the next episode, we've got Chelsea. So that should be fun. Werner knocks in anyway for the double, for a brace, and a 2-0 win right there. At home to Bournemouth. Another win there. Another 3 points in the table. Lovely, lovely, doubly. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. This is why one-take things just don't work as much as they used to. Nevertheless, against West Ham now, on the way to the Bowling Ground, a stadium that, of course, West Ham do not play at anymore. But nevertheless, still a stadium with a lot of history to it, and one that exists in this universe. Something that I want to point out, I did actually tweet this out before I started recording this. I got freaked as shit out today when watching Fulham's game, and realizing that cam right there, Cabano, has actually signed for Fulham in real life. So Fulham, one love. Thanks for tuning into Career Mode. And nevertheless, moving on to the game here, it's quite a boring game, I believe. You can see we're nearing I think this is actually the second half, or thereabouts. It's the start of the second half. Nothing happened in the first half. West Ham are actually performing quite well and really stopping us from mounting any attacks on goals, but they give away a penalty here. Well, Winston Reid does. He gives away the penalty to us, and we have a real good opportunity here to knock it in the back of the net. It was one of those late slide tackles after the shot, and then it was called back for a penalty. Cabano steps up and knocks in the back of the net. 1-0, and we'll take that. Certainly. Indeed, to go 1-0 up here after a very dull first half, and one that I thought was going to lead to a 0-0 draw, which wasn't helping because I believe at this moment in time it was 1-0 between Manchester United and Spurs, and that was 1-0 to Man United as well, which really didn't help. But nevertheless, 10 minutes later now, Kekuta Mane running down the wing. He has to get through the gap, and he can't manage it. Loftus-Cheek there takes a shot. It comes off Adrian's head, and Werner is there on the rebound to knock it in. Not an easy shot to hit in, but he gets it in, and he gets the second goal of the game. I think this was like Werner's 13th goal of the season at this point, so he has played very well this season after being promoted up to the lead striker ever since we lost Iheanacho to Barcelona. You can see here just bonk off the head of Adrian. For whatever reason, he doesn't try and make the save, but Werner's there on the rebound. Good shot. He'd have to be at an awkward stance to try and get it, but nevertheless he gets that, and then Cabano with a beauty goal. I believe the term is what is it? Beautifully done. There you go. That's the phrase. I'm forgetting my own phrases already, but nevertheless, watch this. You can see they're just passing it around here for some reason. They don't try and clear it. Cabano catches them in the act and is able to steal the ball off them, knock it in the back, and there for 3-0. It was weird how it went from such a close game to such a distant game within just a matter of moments. This is probably West Ham's one of their greatest attacks of the game as well. You can see weak shot, and Sarr is there to make an easy save. Now the 90th minute. Oh dear. Well, we might as well give away a penalty of our own. Fair is fair. I mean, you know, they did one at the start of the half. Let's do one at the end of the half. Ed Milson Jr., I believe he was the man who was fouled to give away the penalty, who gave us the penalty at the start of the second half, is now the one giving away the penalty at the end of the game. So you can see he gets the yellow card for it here. We're going to play it back now on the replay. Eventually, once he stops arguing with the referee, it's a penalty, and Mark Noble's just standing in like tut-tut-tut. Comes in, completely decks Payet. Yeah, it's a penalty. You can't really argue against that in any way, shape, or form. Payet steps up here to give him a consolation goal, just to send the fans home a little happy. Oh, he scuffed it. What a knob. This is why stuff. Anyway, Mane there ran away with the ball, and the referee was able to call a full-time whistle. 3-0 win here, away from home. We seem to be doing good away from home, much better than what we are at home for some reason. It seems as if the team is putting on a better performance when it comes to being away from home, or it might just be because I'm simming the home games. Here's another one against Middlesbrough. Why did I sim this? They're in 20th and they have 13 points. Why would I bother why would I bother playing this game when I can just view this as an easy 3 points? There's the team anyway, you can see right there. Another somewhat weaker team, giving some more of our star players the game off. But nevertheless, there you go. 1-0. There's Lanzini knocking it in. The good job there. Loftus-Cheek gets sent off, and Jordan Rhodes is able to capitalize on that. 1-0 right now, and the game is ticking down. Really need these 3 points here. Oh dear, we're not going to get them. Yeah, we don't get them. It's a 1-0 draw. That's that's embarrassing. 1-0 draw with bottom in the table in a game that we needed really the 3 points in. Would have been an easy 3 points to help us in our quest to just mount an attack, and that was kind of the game. You'll see the table after this match against Inter, but after this I was really considering, can we win the championship? Because I will show you the table, and it is a considerable gap between us and second place. Anyway, here's the teams for Fulham and Inter. Of course, if Inter want to win this one, if they want to go through, they have to score 4 goals or 3 to get into extra time, and we have to score absolutely none in that case. The away goals rule here playing a major effect, and you can see it was Inter who really brought out an A game early on. Lukaku, after a disappointing performance at the San Siro, comes to Craven Cottage and gets a good shot right off the bat. It goes into the second half, however, not a whole lot happening. Coman takes a shot, it gets deflected. Cabano here making the run, trying to find a gap. He keeps running, he takes the shot, and he gets pulled down for a penalty. Now this was a penalty that I was looking at, and I was baffled as to why it was a penalty. You'll see here, he doesn't get carded for it. The ball is looking swagged out, by the way. But then it turns out he kind of just kicks his ankle in, and well, it's a penalty right there. So a weird penalty to give away, but penalty specialist Neeson's Cabano up to the spot to make it 4-0 on aggregate. Yeah, he's done it. There you go. It is now 4-0 on aggregate, 1-0 in the game. They need 4 goals in 40 minutes to be able to go through to the quarterfinals, and that is going to be easier said than done, because yes, when you think of Fulham, you don't think of that strong of a team, but you have to remember our Fulham is a Fulham that got 3rd place in its very first season in the Championship, in the Barclays Premier League, I should say. Anyway, here we go. Santos making a run. He gets past the attempted slide tackle. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and Handanovic isn't getting to that. Such a simple shot to his left in. Near post OP, and it's 2-0. 5-0 on aggregate. Santos there with another goal for the club. He's done good since joining this club on loan. And, well, I mean, with this being our last season with Fulham, with, of course, FIFA 17 now being just 2 weeks away, wouldn't it be great if maybe if we couldn't win the Barclays Premier League, we won the Champions League with them? That would be something to send this career mode out as a last hurrah, really, for this career mode, which has been such fun to record, and I'm really looking forward to what the future brings anyway with FIFA 17. And still undecided on a team for that one, but nevertheless, you're Inter not wanting to be outdone, not wanting to just give up here. They get a consolation goal through Axel Witzel's lovely afro. But, of course, it isn't going to mean anything. It's 5-1 on aggregate. They'd need to get 4 goals in 10 minutes. And I just don't see that happening. Let's ignore the fact that in the last episode, Sunderland got about that many in about 5 minutes. But I couldn't see it happening. We were just playing too well. The defense was just, that was just one simple mistake. And there you can see, it didn't happen. Inter couldn't mount a spectacular comeback. We win the game 2-1. We win 5-1 on aggregate. And we're going through to the quarterfinals. That is really good to see after such an intense group stage. With, of course, games like the ones we had against Dortmund. It is really nice to be able to go through to the quarterfinals. Nevertheless, here's the table, and there's the gap I'm talking about. Yeah, there's 8 games left, but we're 6 points behind Manchester United. Can we really come back from that? It is going to be a difficult one, but that is going to end this episode, Kareem. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra!